Good morning friends. In this video we will see previous year questions of 2021 December and 2022 June NTA UGC NET English Literature paper 2, and we will cover questions from 61 to 70. Before this we have already completed 6 videos, 10 in each 10 questions in each video. So let's begin. Question number 61 is saying that Philip Sidney's Arcadia was influenced by option A, the Spanish romance of Montemier. Option B, the Italian paintings of Veronese. Option C, the Arthurian legends. Option D, the metaphysical poetry. So the answer of this question will be option number A, and that is the Spanish romance of Montemier. Philip Sidney, the Arcadia, was influenced by the Spanish romance of Montemier. It is a prose romance. It exists in two versions. The first, completed by 1581, it is known as the Old Arcadia. The second version, now known as the New Arcadia. Another Arcadia is a series of verse eclogues connected by prose narrative, published in 1504 by Seneca, occupied with the loves, laments, and other doings of various shepherds in Arcadia. While Arcadia is a district in the central Peloponnese, through which Virgil's eclogue became the traditional location of the idealized world of pastoral. Now question number 62. Who said, there is, there can be, and there ought to be the difference between the language of prose and metrical composition? Option A, John Dryden. Option B, William Wordsworth. Option C, S.T. Coleridge. Option D, T.S. Eliot. So the answer of this question will be option number C, that is S.T. Coleridge. The particular statement was given by Coleridge. Examining Wordsworth's theory of poetic diction, the most remarkable part of Biographia Literaria lies in Coleridge's criticism of Wordsworth's theory of poetry and poetic diction. While critically analyzing Wordsworth's theory, Coleridge has offered his own views on the choice of rustic themes and characters as well as the language of poetry, and he has dropped this question. Now question number 63. Who among the following were poet laureates of England? Alfred Austin, Robert Bridges, Watts Dunton, Oscar Wilde. So here we have only Alfred Austin and Robert Bridges. In the given options, Alfred Austin and Robert Bridges are the person who got poet laureateship. Alfred Austin was appointed poet laureate in 1896 after the death of Tennyson, while Robert Bridges, an English poet, was poet laureate from 1913 to 1930. NTA dropped this question. 64. Which of the following critics is associated with the term contrapuntal reading? Bakhtin, Said, Barthes, Derrida. So the answer for this question will be option B, that is Edward Said. Contrapunctal reading is associated with Edward Said. It is used in interpreting colonial texts, considering the perspective of both the colonizers and the colonized. The approach is not only helpful but also necessary in making important connections in a novel. This term is mentioned in his classic book Culture and Imperialism. According to Said, some of the most important works of the Western literary canon rested upon a submerged and unacknowledged foundation of colonialism. Question number 65. Who among the following is not a recipient of the Nobel Prize for Literature? Arden, Churchill, Eliot, Madame Curie. So option C and D is the correct answer. Madame Curie and W.H. Arden. Sir Winston Leonard Spencer Churchill got Nobel Prize in 1953 for his literary achievements, while T.S. Eliot in 1948 got Nobel Prize for Literature. W.H. Arden, who was recommended for a Nobel Prize but he did not win this award, while Madame Curie got Nobel Prize for Physics in 1903 and in 1911 for Chemistry. She is the only woman to win the award in two different fields, but she could not get Nobel Prize for Literature. Now question number 66. Which of the following concepts are associated with Barthel's theory of Sapota? Bhartrhari theory of Sapota. So option C and E is correct. It means Dhoni and Sub-Brahman. Bhartrhari theory of Sapota entails a kind of mental perception which is described as a moment of recognition, an instantaneous flash whereby the hearer is made conscious, though hearing sounds of the latent meaning until already present in his consciousness. Dhoni and Sub-Brahman are associated with Bhartrhari theory of Sapota. The word Dhoni is used for both the suggestive word and the suggestive meaning. The poetic language can never be possible without Dhoni, while Sub-Brahman means transcendental sound or sound vibration. 67. Which of the following theorists identifies metaphor as two fundamental structures of language? Austin, Saussure, Barth, Jacobson. So the answer of this question will be Roman Jacobson. Roman Jacobson identified metonymy and metaphor as two fundamental structures of languages. NAJ says two aspects of language and two types of aphasic disturbances. Jacobson proposes that language has a bipolar structure oscillating between the poles of metaphor and metonymy. He further says that poetry is metaphoric and it focuses on the sign while prose is metonymy. Question number 68. According to Roland Barthes, which of the following codes are given to all narratives? Synthetic, proertic, semic, hermeneutic, symbolic. So, proertic is correct, semic is also correct, hermeneutic is also correct, symbolic is also correct. Roland Barthes argues that every narrative is interwoven with multiple codes. The hermeneutic code HER refers to any element in a story that is not explained and therefore exists as an enigma for the reader. The proertic code refers to the other major structuring principle that builds interest or suspense on the part of a reader or viewer. The semantic code points to any element in a text that suggests a particular, often additional meaning by the way of connotation. The symbolic code is deeper structural principle that organizes semantic meanings. Now question number 69. Who among the following critics appropriate the following statement by Karl Marx? They cannot represent themselves, they must be represented. Ruth Vanita, Kamala Vasin, Falara Agnes, Chandra Talpade Mohanty. So the answer of this question will be option number D, Chand Talpade Mohanty. Chand Talpade Mohanty is post-colonial and transnational feminist to approve the statement given by Karl Marx on peasant consciousness. Chand Talpade Mohanty is well known for under Western eyes feminist scholarship and colonial discourses. Now question number 70 and the last question. Which of the following is not true about lyrical ballads? It is a manifesto of romantic poetry. This is the correct one. It turns English poetry away from the social and intellectual sophistication of the 17th and the 18th century poetry. This is also correct. It takes poetry out of the confines of reason and intellect to the unravished and unspoiled beauties of nature. This is also correct, but we have to find out which is not correct. It is not very particular about the form and structure of a poem. So this is the answer, option number D. Lyrical ballad with a few other poems by Wordsworth and Coleridge is a collection of poems. The first edition appeared in 1798, the second with the new poems, and a previous known as the 1800 edition. January 1801 and the third in 1802. The book is a landmark of English Romanticism and is often seen as the beginning of a new literary epoch. Lyrical ballad is not very particular about the form and structure of a poem. Thank you.